So, today in spirituality, I want to start with a new topic. First I spoke about enlightenment, then I spoke how to get to enlightenment if you're true, and then somebody who's true can also be wrong and therefore not get to enlightenment, and somebody who's true and right, how to get to be true and right. So, if spirituality and enlightenment was so easy, everybody would be enlightened. The truth is, majority of the people, good part of this world, is not true. They don't do as they are told, and they don't have a particular rule about how they go about their conduct. They're exceptionally nice to some people, and for the exact same situation, they're very bad to some people, and then they are moderate with some other set of people. So they use lot of discretion. See, discretion can be used. I also use discretion. It's not that I'm programmed and I go about dealing with people without any discretion. But I don't have a malice or a bad intent when I use discretion. But a lot of people use malice and bad intent, and therefore are using discretion in how they deal with people. So today I'm going to talk about how good part of the population is not true, or maybe is true and is wrong, and therefore does not begin a spiritual journey or start to ascend spiritually. You know, at some point in my life when I was working, I got surprised with how bad people I kept meeting, and not just at work, even otherwise. I was surprised that every time my interaction was always something led to something bad. And I was like, why are people not nice? How are people so ungrateful, so bad, and just work and operate with so much malice and, you know, nonsense in them? And I stayed with this difficult question for the longest time, where I couldn't understand why people were negative, why people were not nice, why they were not grateful, why they did not just live and let live, why were they so intrusive, and so on. Gradually, I did understand that in this environment, as you interact more and more with people, there is only bad news for you. Gradually, people will just hurt you. So, unless you understand people correctly, it's not okay to lay down your trust and start working with them thinking that they think like you. I do a prayer called Sukhmani Sahab. It's in Punjabi prayer, and there is one verse which says, sorry, this prayer is not in Sukhmani Sahab, it's in another prayer. It's in Japji Sahab. And the prayer says, Asankh chor, haram khor. So many are thief, and so many will take what is not theirs. So, the percentage of people who are not good is very big in this world. And only when people are working to be good, they will become good. On their own, people don't have the understanding to be good. So, when I used to work in my working situation, work life situation, I met people who were amazingly just wrong. You know, there was one particular incident which I want to talk about. There was a girl in my office. She's now in US and she must be rupturing a lot of people's careers also there. And I think I should tell her name. Her name is Bandana Jaggi. If you are in US and you want to find this female out, you should. And just find some details, you will come to know what I'm talking about. She had no work ethic to begin with, and she was at a very senior position. Once we were headed for a meeting to discuss something, and meeting time was around maybe 3 o'clock, and we went for a meeting. She, me, and another set of two people. And as the meeting progressed, there was just something I did not agree to, and I suggested another way of doing things. After the meeting, as we left, and I got to my workstation and I'm checking my laptop, I'm surprised that she had written a mail saying that we have agreed to all these points when we didn't. And I was just about to get up and go and talk to her, and I said, how did she send a mail so fast? We've just gotten out of the conference room. And even to type that mail, she would at least take 5-10 minutes. I said, how did she send the mail so fast? And then I checked the timing. It was sent at 2:55. She sent a meeting conclusion before the meeting. And it didn't matter to her whether somebody agreed or disagreed in the meeting or there was another way of doing things. As per her, she sent a mail confirming this is how things will be done. I've never seen this kind of people anywhere. These are the highly educated, very well raised, the 40% of Indian population which is now traveling overseas. Such a corrupt female. Why is it important for me to tell the name? Because I want everybody to know. And as I'm saying this, she may be damaging a lot of people's careers in the US. And believe me, there may be people in the US also who do this kind of nonsense. And it's very important to call them out. This is how the corporate world is working. There is a. Is she true? She's not true. She's a cunning, bad female. And you'll find women like her everywhere. There is a documentary on Netflix. It's called Pepsi Where's My Jet? So you should watch the documentary. I'm not going to detail the documentary here. But in the end, if you watch the whole documentary, you'll come to know somebody casually took off few zeros and they ran a campaign without checking back anything. So people in Philippines kept drinking a lot of Pepsi. See, one, these aerated drinks are not good for health. They give you diabetes and they give you a lot of other problems as well. When you run a competition saying you will get 1 million peso or 40,000 USD if you drink or collect so many crowns from a Pepsi bottle, people just went crazy there. And so many people collected the crowns. And then Pepsi said, oh no, we made a mistake. Then there were protests, violence, a lot of people got hurt. Pepsi never paid anything to them. So, what happens when a person like me comes to know about this? I'm going to now tell Pepsi to start paying compensation to people of Philippines for running a garbage ad. When you say you will give it, if you collect so many crowns, then you should give it. Take the loss. But you know what? Nobody wants to be making losses or going out of a job situation. So I would suggest Pepsi to start working on that failed campaign and slowly start paying some monthly sum to people of Philippines. It's not okay to be working like this in a corporate world. Everybody should become true. Something will happen to Pepsi in coming 6 months if they don't fall in line and fix the nonsense they did in Philippines. If you know somebody in Pepsi, you should show this video to them and tell them to get to work. You can't say, oh, we are so sorry, somebody just took off some zeros and therefore the campaign ran wrong. No, you did make a lot of sales. And now you're saying no when you should give them some reward. It may be a very old case, but it's such a big corporate. It runs an ad, not once, so many times over so many months. Are they saying they never checked how many zeros were there? Or what was the problem with the ad campaign? They realized the problem only when they had to give 1 million peso or 40,000 USD to the winners. How convenient. So today I wanted to tell this Asank Chor Haram Khor that a lot of people are thief. They'll steal from you and are haram khor. They will take what is not theirs or lay claim on what doesn't belong to them. It is actually a verse in Punjabi prayer. And if you read it, it will make you intelligent that good part of the population is very corrupt.